Today what I'm going to do is I want to open these front brake calipers. So I want to open them, and you just unscrew these two bolts out here on this side, and similarly on the other side as well. On the other side as well, you see two of these bolts, and then carefully remove. You don't need to remove any of those hoses, any of those brake lines, oil lines, nothing to be removed. And why do I want to remove this? I want to remove the front brake calipers to actually clean up those brake pads using some polishing paper or some emery paper, sandpaper, whatever we call emery paper. I want to clean the pads and again install it back. And while the internal of the calipers, the pistons, anything which could have taken some amount of rust or maybe some debris, some dust, I will clean up that entire caliper assembly inside and then again refit it back. This would ensure some smooth performance of the braking, because I see that there is some noise coming up. Maybe some dust particles have just stuck inside the brake pads. So I'll just clean those brake pads and again install them back. So one after another I'll start removing those brake caliper of the front side. Yeah, so just remove these two bolts from the right hand side caliper, and then just this thing would just slide out. Be very careful, and it just slides out. You can see the pads have really good life inside, and these are those pistons. Maybe give them a good cleanup. The bike is not really used too much for me, so the pads are really good enough, and I intend to just give a good cleanup of the pads, dust it off, and then again refit it back. Don't remove these hose lines, otherwise you need to bleed up the oil and a whole long project. So this is where I need to do a little bit of cleanup and be back in a while. Okay, so just realized I opened this, but this particular screw, the 8 number screw out here, won't actually come out if the caliper is in hand, because you won't be able to apply good pressure to open this. So I again refitted back these lightly, and then I will first open this particular pin screw. So this is a long pin which holds the caliper on one side. The brake pads actually slide into this pin out here. So I need to remove this particular long screw pin and then open this whole thing. So yeah, okay, learn by mistakes. You see, I have just loosened this particular pin. It holds up the calipers on this particular line. So I loosened it up, and hopefully once I remove the pin, these calipers, the pad should slide out. Yeah. Okay, so once you remove the pad, I'm just using this kind of an emery paper to just clean up the surface of the pad and remove some dust. You see my hands are getting dirty. I forgot to wear my gloves, but then when you work on bike, you know the grease, isn't it? Oh no, it takes a really long time to remove the grease and all the grime from the nails, and else your food won't taste good. I'm telling you for sure. If you don't wash your hands properly, your food won't taste good for maybe 1-2 meals. So just clean up this pad and then the internals as well. Yeah, this is that pin. Very gently you just clean this, otherwise you would reduce the diameter. If you just rub it too hard using the sandpaper, then you would reduce the diameter. That's what I believe. So you need to just very gently clean this of the dust and some grease and something like that. And I'm going to just pour up a little bit of alcohol just to clean this up. And you see there is a small rubber bushing or ring keep that in hold, so just ensure you don't damage that. So this is the pin. Gently clean this. The pads I have just cleaned up using this, and I'll just dust off the internals as well. So what I'm doing is right now, just with a little bit soap in water, I'm just spraying this inside. I have a spray bottle, old spray bottle, and I'm just cleaning this so that all the carbon, the muck, the dust, everything would come out. And then what I'm going to do is later these are those pistons, the steel pistons, and there is some rust on it. I'm going to clean up that rust using these handy tools, my old shaving brush, some scrubbing brush, and some Scotch-Brite scrubbing pad, and just clean up this particular steel area, so that when those pistons are pushed for the braking, it doesn't get stuck. And maybe one of my friend is actually helping me to get this thing dismantled as well. My good friend Vivek out there, my remote help, phone friend help, and he told that just keep pushing the front brakes and pump in to get those pistons a little bit more out, and so that I could clean a little bit more better inside those pistons which are a little bit dirty. So just cleaning up, good clean. Yeah. Okay, so now you can see this, the first piston is relatively more out, this first one, then the second one out here, this is more out. Now gently press the front brakes, and when you press the front brakes, the one of the piston would slide out. Okay, only one of the piston would slide out at a time, and don't keep pressing, otherwise this whole piston would come out, and then it will be a big issue. You can see the pistons are actually sealed, and on the back side there is oil, the oil which is creating an hydraulic pressure when you press the brakes, and that is the reason it is moving the piston, and piston moves the brake pad, and then brake pad creates a friction on the disc, and that is how you brake in. So when you start applying those brakes, pumping in, the piston would slide out. Don't let the whole piston slide out, otherwise a lot of oil would come out. It would create a leak in the hydraulic system, and you have to again replenish the oil, dot 4 oil, and do a lot of thing and bleeding of the oil. So just let the piston out little bit, and the other piston would not come out. This only at a time one piston would come out. So what I'll do is I'll clean up. You see there is some amount of rust over there, you can see some amount of rust. Just use my Scotch-Brite and just use some soapy water, and then again clean up using plain water completely, so that there is no residue of soap. So just clean up. Beware of the spring. I just remove the spring gently and clean that spring. There is a spring on this area as well, but I'm not intending to remove this. This spring I just cleaned up and placed it properly. You can see how this is placed. Be careful. And then to remove the other piston, what I'm supposed to do is I'm going to use this one of these wrenches to press the first piston so that the second piston comes out. That is how it is to be done. At a time one piston would come out. So I'll clean the first piston and then stop using this wrench, and then when I press the brake, this should come out. So alternately, when I stop this would come out. That is how it is supposed to be coming out for a cleanup. So can't hold the camera right now doing this cleanup, and then try to press this one and get this piston out for a good cleanup. Okay, so I'm now fitting in. You slide this particular pad first, the pin inside till over here, slide this particular pad out here, and you see that pad would get stuck in that kind of springy thing. There's a small metal springy plate kind of spring out there, and the first pad would put, then you put this second pad which is on the inner side, the second pad, when you slide the pin inside, and then you see that pin out there. I'm just trying to focus. Yeah, you see the pin? I'll show you the pin out here where my thumb is. You see this pin, the silver pin. So this pad would get stuck behind that pin, and similarly on this pad as well. And while you are fitting, I just put the screw a little bit. I'll tighten it later. I'll now mount this and then tighten this screw last. We will go in the reverse order. And when you are pumping in the brakes, I'm sure that the alignment of those pistons would be matched, and those pistons would start pushing in within. So the alignment of the pads would be done. That's what I believe when I put it back, and everything should be sorted. Now some soapy water. I just cleaned a little bit. Gently I used this kind of a knife gently to scrape off of the piston, but be very careful not to scrape up or cause any scratches on the pistons, the steel pistons which are these. And then finally, while fitting the pistons, I just put a slight amount of grease so that they could slide in easily, and just a little bit tip of grease on this particular pin as well, just to slide in, and so that I could bolt in properly as well. So that is what is done. Twist very light on the pistons, and maybe you can use a waterproof kind of grease, but I just had a normal grease, so just put a little bit on the outer rings of the piston. And now I'd start fitting in. That's one side. That's just one side, and it's quite some time. But then there is always the first time doing this and getting the tools and everything in place. So that's okay. Fitting is done, and once the fitting is done, I see there's a small amount of play which was there earlier as well. Just a little bit, I think, but the play has reduced a little bit. But there is a small amount of play which I believe is just completely okay. Just a little bit amount of play. I had noticed this before opening this whole thing. So if you see, I've just matched up everything, and when you start applying the first time the brake, it would be very spongy. But just dab in a couple of times, and what would happen is it will just sink in those pads, and the fluid would be maintained. So on the whole, the fitting should be fine. And I just go for a small spin. This is just done on the first on the right hand side yet. I have yet to do on the left hand side, but let's see. Hopefully it is okay. So I just fitted back the whole thing, and I think since the previous time the play has reduced, I'm sure, and I'm not sure why. There was a little bit more play when I used to do this. There was a little bit more play. Now it is just negligible. If I just push it, I'll just a little bit tick. I can feel it on the right hand side. It is definitely better than the previous time before I opened up, and I did a small spin as well, and it was awesome. So no issues. I think the brakes are performing good on the front side, and I just did it on the right hand side of this yet. And earlier what used to happen is there used to be small squeaking sound, a little bit squeaking sound, and a little bit jerky feel on the front side. It used to happen, and I think the squeaking was related to some dust particle, maybe small, very small thing stuck up on the pads, and that was actually creating that squeaking thing rubbing on the pads. It's not coming right now. I did a very short spin, but it's not coming right now. It used to come earlier. Even till yesterday evening I did a spin. So I was very confident that it is on this right hand side. I was very confident because the right hand side did have a small amount of play, and I just felt that there was some kind of squeaking or some kind. I did couple of times of wash, but then didn't clean inside the pads. But now that I really gave it a good bath, the whole thing I gave it a good bath, and that rusting and everything is gone. And at least right now I didn't hear any squeaking thing. And in a while I'll just do the similar thing on the left hand side as well. So the procedure is simple. To open Just loosen these two out here. These are the two ones, and before actually opening up the whole thing, loosen this pin, which I did the mistake on the other side. But this time what I'll do, I'll loosen this and then loosen this as well, then remove these bolts, remove out, loosen the pin, get the pads out, fit everything back in the reverse order, slide the pin and the pads, and everything should be fine. So let's start. Okay, so doing this same process on the left hand side now, using 8 number. Let me get a focus. Doesn't get a focus. Anyways, 8 number on this particular pin, the pin screw that will be really tight. This one, just loosen it up. I've already loosened it up, and then just don't open the whole thing, and then using a 12 number start opening these two, and then once you open these two bolts, just remove the whole assembly, and once the assembly is in hand, you can slide this pin out to get the pads out. So once these bolts are out, this is just easy to slide it out. Just slide this whole thing carefully out. Okay, so this one is also out. What I'm going to do is the same procedure. This particular pin, what you see, which holds up these two pads, we are going to remove this particular long pin. Gently unscrew it. Once the pad are out, clean this whole area with some soapy water and then clean water. You can see the pistons inside, they have good amount of rust on it. Clean it up. The procedure I've already shown, using the Scotch-Brite brush, the soapy liquid, water, and then the plain water, and then clean it up, the whole thing. And let's start the process on this side as well. So the pads are cleaned now using soapy water, some emery and some brush, and just cleaned up. Now the task is to clean up this internal and just apply some soapy water inside to clean this, and then gently scrub using this one of these brush, and it should be fine. Holding this one using a wrench, I just press this one and then press the front brake lever, and then one of the piston would come out. You can see the piston is quite dirty. There is a good amount of rust, and I need to give this a real good clean. This is quite bad, and I'm sure the other one as well. You can see, give a good clean using Scotch-Brite. Gently remove this rust and it should be fine. So this particular one, you can see it is pretty good now. Still there is some amount of rust, but then overall it is pretty good. And the issue is that on the bottom side you can't put your fingers to actually put some whatever, the Scotch-Brite or brush, you can't actually put on the bottom side. And I think the whole in that case the only method I think is actually removing those pistons, which means depleting of the oil. But then some other day I will try to do this. That's a little bit more bigger project. Remove the whole pistons by breaking in and both the pistons are out, then completely clean those, polish using your emery paper or the kind of a sandpaper or whatever you could. I could just scrape off a little bit gently out here using my knife, and maybe get out the pistons and then deplete the oil. The oil would all come out because the oil is actually holded using, you can see those, they're actually sealed up. So maybe at a later date I would try to do completely remove the pistons and give it a good clean, fit it back, which is a little bit bigger project I don't want to do, but one piston is done, quite good, better than the earlier state. And then I can now start working on, I'll just press this, how you press this, just press it, okay, see, need to put a little bit pressure and press it. And now what you're supposed to do is hold this out here and then use again the front brake. When I push this, then the other one would actually come out, and then I would do this cleanup. Okay, so now the other one has come out. You can see it's pretty bad. Just give you a close up. This particular thing is because of the sun, you can't see the yeah, okay, so you see there's a good amount of rust. The rust forms because of water getting out there and staying, and then creates a rust. If it's a if you're living near the sea, then this is a bigger issue. So I'm going to clean up this and then show you the after picture. Relatively it would be quite clean, and then again put it back. When I would put it back, I would apply a little bit grease on this side, on the outer rings of the piston, a little bit grease, so that it slides properly. And then anyways, I know that the grease would wash off, but a little bit grease on those outer rings of this pistons. And I'm going to put a little bit grease on these bolts as well, while fitting those big two bolts. And there is my pin. I'm going to put a little bit pin on grease on this particular pin, just a little bit dab to slide in properly, no more, because otherwise it will melt and then start coming up on the brakes, and that will be a disaster. So just a normal grease, nothing special. And I did clean up this internals out here, so it's pretty good. Remove this pin, the spring, I'll just give it a good wash using this brush, and later fit it back. After a bit of cleaning and washing, this is how the status is. Pretty good. There is still some amount of rust left, especially as I said on the inner sides, but then that's not possible to clean on the inner sides, and maybe that's an additional task some other day. Let me show you with a flash. Maybe you see on that inner side there is amount of rust. It's okay. On this side it's relatively clean and pretty much good. I think it's quite good enough now, and maybe some other day I'll do a full dismantle, replenish the .4 oil and do a lot of stuff. Okay, now clean this pin, clean this, clean the pads, everything is cleaning done, and now I'm going to just dry it using a cloth. I don't want water to stay inside while I'm fitting back. This cloth, I'll just wipe it off and then start pushing. Okay, how to push the pistons inside? Just push it. Okay, just push it. And as I said, I'm going to put a little bit dab of grease after wiping off this water. I'm going to dab a little bit grease on this particular part, and then
fit it.
Okay, so you can see this is some regular grease what I've got, just a thin layer, and on these pistons, and I just pushed this piston inside, and whatever was squeezing out, I just wiped it off. I'm going to do the same thing for this piston as well, and I just push it inside, a little bit of these grease would come out, and I'll wipe it off. I don't want to keep a lot of grease hanging around over there. Now this is only the first part, and when I put a little bit of grease on the bolts is actually so that in the future it doesn't get jammed, rusted, and create an issue while you want to open. So that will be a little bit grease. Now in a lot of bikes they put grease out here on the back side. Okay, just anyways, just you want a picture of this original Nissin brake pads. It has a little bit amount of rust as well. I'll just rub it off. Anyways, what I was trying to say is on the back side they put some amount of grease. Now they put in a normal grease, or they could put in the copper grease. Okay, so they put the normal grease or the copper grease. Actually the copper grease when these are actually fitted this way. So on the walls of the back walls they put the copper grease. Now copper grease has actually been good in the earlier days, but these days it's been a little bit controversial. I read a couple of things and one of my good friend told me no as well. So be it. I'm not going to put copper grease inside because it's actually damaging the brake pads in the longer run. It has a very good heat transfer, but then it's anti-seize as well. So bit of a controversial thing of the copper grease. Anyways, I'm not putting any grease on the back side, and these modern or these premium brake pads are supposed to have some kind of a coating, so they don't really require any of those grease to be put. I'm not getting a focus. Okay, so here, so just I'm not going to put any grease on the back side, and just rub it off this little bit rust and then clean it up and then put it back. When you're fitting back, and you might need to push those pistons quite inside, and when you're pushing it with the pad, ensure that your hands are clean and no grease is applied. Okay, just 5 minutes back I did a grease job. I cleaned my hands completely, pressed this, and again while pressing it I had my hands clean, no grease on these pads. Okay, now this is a little bit tricky. What you do is you just slide the pin inside, and on this hole get this first pad, the outer pad, and then what happens is there is a small slit out here. I'll just put on the flash. Okay, you see that slit, the pad slits on, there is a small metal spring, and the pad slits to this part. Let it slit inside. Okay, it goes just inside. You can see out here on this corner. So the pad would go inside, and then put this inner pad, because once you push the rivet inside, the pin rivet inside, slot this in this particular hole, and on this side as well you will see this kind of spring. Just press it. It would be kind of in spring action. You remember this particular spring on the bottom side, this is giving you that little bit springy action to fit in back. And now it's just put the calipers inside. I have not completely tightened this, just hand tighten it to get it on a little bit on this side, and then fit these two bigger bolts. I have already made the bolts ready with a little bit of a grease. Put it and then tighten these bolts and then this particular thing, and that's the job done. Okay, so the fitting is done. I don't know, the previous clip didn't get recorded. I just checked my phone just 2 minutes back. I did a recording. It didn't record in my phone. I don't know what. Anyways, so the fitting is done, and in my yesterday's video you can see I put a front fender extender in with some vinyl tapes, just a little bit style element, and that you can see in my other video of the front fender installation. Today the brake cleaning and everything is done. Front brake cleaning, everything is done. So what I was saying, I don't know, unfortunately I just missed that clip. It didn't get recorded. But when you put that, you're supposed to then press the front brake lever. So now what had happened is, you can see we push the pistons quite inside, and we push the brake pads. And when you apply those brake at that moment after the first fitting, what would happen is the pistons are actually quite recessed, quite behind than the brake pad walls. Okay, so when I press it, actually in the first 2 or 3 times the brake feeling would be very spongy. You keep pressing, it would just go all up to here. 2, 3, 4 times you can just keep pressing it, and it will be very spongy, because the reason is the pistons are trying to move on and get themselves aligned and attached to the ahead brake pads. Okay, the pads. So the pistons move freely for 2 or 3, 4 times, and after that these gets locked. So that means that the piston is locked and touching the pad walls, and at that point the braking would happen. As we know, when I press that and hydraulic pressure is created using those hydraulic lines, the oil out there, and it pushes the pistons a little bit out. Behind those pistons you can see that there is an oil, so the oil pushes it and the piston moves forward, which just pushes the brake pads as well, and the brake pads start creating friction on the disc. That is how the braking works. So once you fit back, just press it couple of times this, and the sponginess would be gone. That means the brake pads and the pistons all are aligned, and then the braking would happen. Anyways, I would go for a very small short spin just to see that the braking is good. And I don't know why the earlier clip, I'm still thinking about it. On the rear side, you see there is some noise coming up, and I intend to open this as well. Can you hear that? A small amount of play. I'm not sure I'm going to open this today, but then similar, there is a pin out here on the rear side. Open these. That is how the pads hang in. You see the pads out there hanging in, and you are supposed to open these bolts out here, the bigger black ones, and that is how you would open, but I might not do it today. And that's the front brake pad cleaning, and caliper assembly, pistons, everything is cleaning is done.